Yes, people, before we get into the interview today, the next 20 interviews will be paying tribute to both Diogo and Andre, who sadly lost their lives due to a tire blowout on the 3rd of July. Uh, they are honestly both great footballers, even better men, and tragically taken from us too soon. And they'll always forever be our lads from Portugal, and Diogo Jota, you will always be our number 20. Enjoy the interview now. Yes, people, welcome back to Vinny's Voice. I'm fortunate and honored to be joined by the man himself, OJ Rose. OJ, how are you today?
We're here in the flesh. I'm happy to be here, man. I'm good to be alive. That's all.
For sure. So for recent news with you, you're having a fight with Bdave on PFC, I believe August, or sometime on August 1st, yeah?
First on Fight PFC.
Yeah.
Sir. ESPN2. It's a pillow fight, so it's all about it's fun, but it's still competitive. It's still a sport.
Yeah. So how do you think you'll fare in that? Because you posted a lot of pillow fight stuff back in the day, and now it's sort of like a full circle moment for yourself, being able to actually do it like legitimately against an opponent such as Bdave. So what do you make of all of this in general?
Yourself, it's full circle. It feels good because as you know, the content back in the day was what got me here on this stage. Even on Misfits, just making content back then got me on this stage, and now full circle with the pillow fight moment. About to get a belt. It's amazing, and I'm gonna win.
So, were there any other opponents besides Bdave that you were potentially gonna face off in PFC, or was it always Bdave? How did the opportunity come around?
Yes, there were other opponents, but it's actually going to be a tournament style. So the other guys that I might end up fighting will be there in the semifinal and the final. It's actually a tournament style. Yeah.
Oh, that's real interesting. Any other notable names in the tournament that you're aware of that you potentially would like to fight?
Yes, I can't leak too much, but some former UFC fighters. One of them is Hector Lombard. I can say that Hector Lombard from UFC.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's real interesting. Yeah. Honestly, it's quite a new dynamic, which I'm excited to see you, obviously Bdave, and this whole thing unfold. Now, I want to talk about sort of your time on Brandrisk. You had some fights on there. How was that whole experience for yourself and just in general on Brandrisk? Because obviously you did a lot of fights on Misfits, so how was that change of promotion per se?
It's a different experience for sure. I prefer Misfits. Obviously, that's my home. Misfits is a family. All the guys there, we know each other. Everybody knows everybody at Misfits, But it's an experience because it's different scenery. Still influencer boxing. Definitely more antics, more shenanigans, but still boxing at the end of the day.
Yeah, for sure. So you were both prominently on Misfits, and you're on Brandrisk now. Sort of behind the scenes, like what people don't see. What do you think was the main difference between Misfits and Brandrisk that you took from being a part of both promotions, sort of behind the scenes? Because obviously there's a lot of stuff that goes on that people don't know about, if you're willing to disclose.
I'd say Brandrisk is a lot more independent. Like you have to do a lot more stuff on your own compared to Misfits, but that's just different promotions of boxing. That's nothing to do with anything negative.
For sure. And whilst you were on Brandrisk, did you get a chance to speak to Adin Ross? And if so, what was that conversation like, being able to speak to him for the first time?
I did. I actually went to his iconic Adin Ross streaming room. We chopped it up. I did a face-off with Gabe. He's a cool guy. He's just like me and you. He's my age actually. He's just a cool kid. He wants me to start streaming on Kick, but I have to make that choice whether it be Twitch or Kick I want to stream on. But that's a different story for a different day. But yeah, he's a cool guy.
Yeah, for sure. I think you'd make a good streamer. You have that sort of streamer energy, which is really good. So you obviously you did have some fights on Misfits. Um, so any sort of future plans being on Misfits Boxing again for yourself?
Yes, as you guys may have forgotten by now, I'm always the backup guy. So whoever pulls out this card on the 30th, I'll be there. But I want to fight officially end of the year. Obviously, I'm still the fighting family guy. So if it's Hameds, it'll be the Hameds, whoever it can be. I don't mind. Anybody can get it anytime, anywhere, any place.
Oh, you just mentioned that. Are you officially a backup opponent for someone on the August 30th card? You said.
Yes, not for somebody for multiple fights because they're
Multiple fights.
multiple in the
Yeah.
same weight class.
Oh, that would be a huge opportunity. Obviously, we would say hopefully there won't be any pullouts, but if there is,
There's always one. There's always at least one.
Yeah, it would be really cool to see you. Now, obviously, you're currently a backup fighter, but hopefully in the near future we'll see you back on Misfits undercard or co-main event. Any names that you potentially like to fight?
Yes, as you know, I'm the guy that fights the fighting family. I took down the Slices, I took on the Silvas, and now I want to fight the Sami Hameds, Nassim Hamed's son. That's a good call out because that's what I do. And besides that, anybody in my weight class. Jarvis has a belt at 155. I'd love to take a shot at that on the line. I still got to rematch Rak-Su, unfinished business. We had a draw, controversial draw. And we have options. There's always options.
Yeah, for sure. Especially that Rak-Su fight. I did watch it and I'd say it was a bit controversial, the sort of decision. So you definitely should run it back 100%.
Definitely.
Do you think making that fight with Rak-Su, is Rak-Su also eager to sort of prove himself, or is it sort of like you just wanting to get that and Rak-Su probably like not that interested?
We had verbally agreed right after the fight on Misfits, I believe 12 in Leeds, the running back, next card. And next thing you know, his tooth. Next thing you know, he has to redeem, what's this guy's name? The other guy from the Rak-Su man, Miles. He has to fight EDG. Oh, that didn't happen. Now he fought Tristan Ham. He fought Tristan Ham before me. That's crazy work. I don't know. And that fight was controversial as well. I heard that Tristan Ham could have won.
Yeah. I remember. I reckon they said they had like a 5th round rule implemented. It's like, if it was a draw, there would be a 5th round. I thought that was going to be implemented, but I think Rak-Su won. But just shows in boxing, you can't always leave it up to the judges.
Definitely not, of course.
So for yourself, we're stripping away from the boxing side of things now, talk about the more content side of things. How do you plan to sort of elevate your own content style to reach I'd say per se global sort of audience beyond the, let's say, influencer boxing community?
Well, I'm not sure if you're familiar. I have streamed recently on Twitch. I'm IRL type style. I can also do but I'm definitely an IRL streamer. I want to start to come into the Misfits behind the scenes stuff, the stuff that you don't see, when you're watching on the YouTube or Twitch streams. Stuff like behind the scenes on the way-ins. I'm going to stream that, or on Brandrisk as well, because that's on Kick, so that'd be a perfect time for that. I want to definitely get into it's a new way right now. Everybody wants to stream, so I might as well get into that and put my effort in there.
Yeah. I'm surprised not as many Misfits fighters actually do that sort of behind the scenes stuff. I think that'll be real interesting from an audience standpoint on what actually goes on behind, during a fight week, because there's a lot I presume there's a lot that goes on that doesn't get caught on camera. So you said you're currently into streaming. You're streaming on Kick. Currently
I was on Twitch.
Oh, Twitch. Sorry, no, on Twitch. Any people that you would like to sort of collab with? Any options you have at the moment, or any collabs that are in the works for yourself?
Of course, as you know, Bdave and me have some coming to promote our fight. I can't say too much because it's not announced yet officially, but yes, we have something coming. Me and Bdave.
Yeah, that would be real cool. You Bdave. Honestly, just get a couple of Misfits, get another Misfits lads that I think just create content. I think in Misfits is great, but there's some people who blur the line between boxing and content. I think the more content you guys put out, as well as taking your boxing seriously, it will be a good match. Obviously, Kai Cenat had a streamer university at his first iteration this year. If Kai Cenat were to have another streamer university, would that pique your interest, and how would you fare hypothetically if you were under the same roof with these big creators such as like a Duke Dennis, Kai Cenat, and the rest of the AMP squad?
Before it happened, I wasn't too in tune to it. I wasn't too interested. But as the clips started rolling out, I was like, wow, this is right my alley. These are my people, my energy, my type of vibe. Next time I'll definitely show up and make a big name for myself and use it for exposure.
Yeah, for sure. I've seen like some of the smaller creators and how they've managed to use streamer university to catapult their own sort of stardom and stuff like that. So I think having you on, you're such a big personality. Like, we know you as a big personality in the Misfits community and influencer boxing community. I think it would be great for the rest of the world to know that as well. Now, there's obviously a good amount of time in the rest of the year. For yourself, besides boxing or content goals, any other sort of personal or career goals for yourself, or just mainly boxing or in combat sports and content?
Yes,
Goals?
of course, combat sports. I want to get the belt. That's always an aspiration. But in my personal life, content, I want 100K subscribers on YouTube. To get that plaque, that'll be surreal. I'm 150 away, but I have 20 something K. Just want to, better myself. I want to get my own house. Start to settle down. Maybe get married soon. Things of that nature.
Yeah, sounds good. Now, you did mention you would like to fight Jarvis, and at the moment, I would say you saw the announcement of Warren Spencer and Dylan Dennis. I'm surprised because I mentioned that because I presumed it would have been Jarvis and Warren Spencer. So what I'm trying to say is, as Jarvis may not have an opponent right now, do you have a message for FaZe Jarvis on why you're a worthy competitor to him?
Yes, as you know, I'm a come forward type fighter, pressure fighter, and so is he. It'll be a battle of the dogs, a clash of heads. Nobody would not want to watch that fight. That'd be an amazing fight for the fans, a monumental fight for generations. So why not? Let's get past the show.
Yeah, 100%. Now, I did mention the Misfits 22 card. Obviously, Darren Till, Luke Rockhold, Salt Papi, Tony Ferguson. In your opinion, so far with the fights that have been announced, which one are you most excited for?
Papi and Ferguson. That's an amazing fight.
Yeah.
Like, saw up the levels to a UFC fighter. Someone with experience was going to be a good fight. Power versus experience. The new guy versus the tried and true legend. We'll see.
I wanna also mention, because I've seen the reception from the online, and some people, a lot of people actually say that Papi will steamroll through Tony. In my opinion, I'm actually quite surprised. But I want your take. How do you think that fight would fare?
It wouldn't be a steamroll. The advantage that Salt Papi has is he's been boxing for longer, but the other guy's been fighting for longer. He's experienced.
Yeah.
He knows deep waters. He knows tactics, how to maneuver his opponent, manipulate that. So it'll be, experience is key in all sports, no matter what. So it's going to be a battle of the wits, and if Salt Papi can put him down, even better.
Yeah, for sure. Now, before we wrap up the interview, I ask this question at the end of all my interviews: is what is the best quote or piece of advice you've ever heard or received?
Best quote or piece of advice that I received? Well, I'd say it hurts, but nobody cares. Keep going and try harder. I heard that from a man one day, and shit, I stuck with that. Because literally, if it's just you, like, who cares? Just keep going and get your money. Get to the money, you know what I'm saying? Get to the bag, by all means.
There we have it. Thank you so much, OJ, for your time.
Bro.